Hi guys, it's Chris, back in my cider shed with some more cider to try. And it's a new one, just arrived today from Somerset, from Shepton Mallet, from Pilton Cider. So Martin Berkeley out in Pilton sent me some Tam O'Shanter, and I got a new cider from him which is called 10. And this is what it looks like. 10. There it is. As always, I think Martin's a graphic designer. His label's always very beautiful label. It's called 10. There it is, 10, because he started making cider 10 years ago. So that's something worth celebrating, isn't it? So it's made from multiple tanks and barrels. It's a dry cider, it's a keeved cider, and it's blended from lots of tanks and barrels to give you this dry keeved cider. So what does it say on the side? Dry Somerset keeved cider celebrating 10 years of cider making. 6% alcohol, contains sulfites. So that bit I found interesting, that contains sulfites. Not because I'm hung up on sulfites at all. I mean, they don't affect me. Some people can be affected negatively by them. Can get a bit red in the face, not feel great afterwards. I never had such issues. But I saw that, I thought, well, that's interesting because, firstly, it's dry, so you wouldn't need to stop the fermentation with sulfites. Because you want it to ferment to dry, and secondly, it's keeved, whereby you take out nutrients, which means the yeast can't fully ferment all the sugars, so you get lower alcohol and some residual sweetness. And again, so you wouldn't need sulfites because you've stopped the fermentation by keeving, if you like. So I shot off an email to Martin this morning after I'd received my delivery, and he replied very quickly. I'm going to read you what he said, because it's a bit geeky, but it's interesting. I think it's interesting. Fast forward if you don't think it's interesting, or turn off. Whatever you prefer. Okay, Chris. We use sulfite to inhibit fungal and bacterial growth in finished cider, and also to prevent oxidisation of tannins, which leads to acetic faults in bulk storage. Sulfite is also used with freshly pressed yeast to inhibit rougher scrumpy yeast and promote the nicer type. Might be some debate about that, what's nice and what isn't, but we'll let that one go. Sulfite cannot be used reliably to prevent yeast fermentation, contrary to popular belief. And sulfite is made naturally by yeasts, so there is in fact no such thing as sulfite-free cider, although some people claim no added sulfite as the nearest thing to do it. Well, that's what I thought. Normally it will say trace sulfites generally, if sulfite hasn't been added. But it said sulfite, so I assumed it had been added, which is why I asked the question. And then he went on to say, keeved ciders rarely stop fermenting completely and normally get to dry after 12 months or so, if not before. 10 is in fact not completely dry, but is a blend of multiple batches that have been matured in barrels. Martin. Thank you, Martin, for that excellent response. So that's quite interesting. I learnt some stuff. You've now learnt some stuff, or maybe you knew that already, and I was the only one in the dark. Whatever. Shall we open it? Yes, Chris. All right then. Pop. There you go. Little bit of bubble coming up. Little bit of bubble, just very gentle. So a dry keeved cider. Don't think I've had a dry keeved cider. Don't think I've had one. At least not to my knowledge. Pour it out. So obviously natural bubbles there. In bottle. Don't know if he's dosed it for bottle conditioning with a bit of sugar just to get the in-bottle fizz. Not sure. Just didn't ask him that, but never mind. Nice colour. Actually beautiful colour. It's a very, 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 very pale amber. I mean, it's almost just like a gorgeous gold, but I would say there's just a hint of amber about it. I don't know if you can see that very well. Fine bubbles, nice sort of mousse as I poured it out. Very pretty looking thing. Looking forward to this. Just threw it on myself. Just wipe it off of my trousers. There's a lot of cider in these trousers already. No harm done there. Right, let's do it again. Let's give it a sniff. Smells nice. Smells nice. It's probably a bit too cold. I mean, it arrived cold because it's bloody freezing. I should have my hat on, to be honest. But yeah, nice apple, aged apple, baked apple. Merest hint of like acidity about it. But yeah, there's that kind of buttered, sautéed apple kind of smell going on as well, which I like a lot. No, that's watering actually. Yeah, round, rich, welcoming, autumnal, wintry almost. It just feels like something like a really nice dessert, but a gentle note. Not really in your face, subtle, but that kind of like buttered apple, baked apple, hint of sugar about it. It smells. You can't smell sweet, as I say this all the time. You can't smell sweet, and I know this is dry, but on the nose it has a suggestion of sweetness. Okay, So let's try it. Nice tannins, solid astringency across the teeth. It isn't bone dry. There is a hint of sweetness about it, but just right, just off dry, but great. I mean, compared to like an industrial cider, this would be classed as absolutely dry, bone dry. But this isn't bone dry. There's a merest hint, the merest suggestion, which makes me very happy and makes me feel warm inside. Albert at Ross and White, we get very angry at this point because he doesn't like the sweet, but I like the sweet. But this is just there. I mean, it's just the merest hint. The merest hint. And that baked pear buttery thing is there on the palate as well. It absolutely is. Obviously, there's that kind of dairy element, you know. With yeah, it's like even sautéed in butter with a bit of sugar. That's what it makes me think of. I like it. I like it. I feel it's got a bit more tannin than the Pilton or the Tam O'Shanter, which is over here. And I like that. I like that a lot. I think it's a Keith cider. I think Martin makes like the Pilton, and I think the Tam O'Shanter is just the Pilton that's been put into a whiskey barrel. So it's the same base cider. It's very much in the French style, and I think Keith ciders, French ciders, normally ciders tend to be lower in tannin. To my mind, they don't tend to be quite as tannic as the English ciders, so the West Country ciders, I should say. This I feel has got a slightly bolder tannin to it, and I like it for that. I like it for that. I think this is really nice. I'll probably have to order some more. Yeah, I think I probably am. I rather like this. I rather like it. Yeah, nice nose. Yeah, nice tannin, nice apple. Merest hint of sweetness, which just offsets that. And a little bit of acidity as well. There is I'm getting a hint of acidity. It's not super acid, but I'm getting like a mouth-watering character there, which really balances with the sugar as well, the sweetness. Just that hint of sweetness with that, the tannic sort of thing, and the acid. Great bedfellows. Really good. Very, very happy with that. Very happy with that. I'm in for a nice evening because I've still got to drink all of that. All of that. Get in there. But I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. I've got to. What did I do this? Oh, yes. So yesterday I filmed a virtual tasting for Mon's Cheesemongers. So you'll order a box of cheese from Mon's Cheesemongers. The cheese gets delivered to you. You sit down and you watch a video of me talking you through the box of cheeses that you've got. So 6 cheeses. I had to do it by myself as well in the shop. It took me bloody ages. I had to keep stopping, starting. There was ambulances outside, sirens going, so I'd have to stop filming, start again. I was doing it all by myself. It took me a lot longer than I expected. It was dark when I finished. And now I've got to edit it all together and try and make it look pretty. Maybe I'll post a link up to it or something when it's finished. Anyway, that's what I did. What else have I got going on? Well, this arrived. I've got some samples arriving tomorrow that arrived today, but the DPD driver said I wasn't in. He's a liar. I was in. I don't think he tried to deliver it. I think he's just fibbing. Of some samples I got sent by cider maker in Kent, who got in touch with me and said, would you like to try some of our ciders? We're doing these new, interesting, wild ciders, and we thought you might like to try them. I said, yes, I would like to try those. I'm not going to say any more about it, because I don't think they've been released yet even. So I sort of like, I'm getting a preview, if you like. So, but I'll film it, and then I'll put them up when I can. And I'm getting a delivery from Borough Hill and Somerset Cider Brandy on Thursday. So that's quite cool. Lots of things happening this week. It's a good week. I had a good day today. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching, as always. I don't know if you're interested in my life, but now you just found a little bit more about what I'm doing this week. Anyway, I hope to see you again. I'll have some more interesting stuff to try this week for sure. So until then, cheers.